Such a sportsing weekend.
Yeah, man.
Lots of sports going on this past weekend. What's going on, Key?
You in a good space this morning, Key? You in a good space?
Man, I'm always in a good space.
Okay, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no negativity. You feel me, though, Jay? Everything is always peaceful, man, and nice and calm, and everything. And in fact, I was having lunch this weekend, and some people.
Surprised it's over.
It was your son's birthday, right? I saw the Jays. Those are fresh.
He started at lunch on Friday afternoon. He finished lunch like just now.
No, yeah, basically, right?
Yeah.
The people walked up to me and told me to let both of you know. They said some words that I can't necessarily say on television, but you guys could kind of fill in the blanks. It had a lot to do with poking fun at the California lifestyle and smoothies and kale and spinach and avocado and whatnot. And so,
they
wanted me to let you know, if you guys would ever take part in enjoying such a great breakfast with smoothies and whatnot, your minds would be much clearer in the morning as you talk on the radio and television. That's what they told me, but they told me in a different way.
Would it make me drink from water bottles like you do? Because if so, I don't want it.
Jay,
I just don't want kale or smoothies.
And also grow up.
I wouldn't have gone with water bottles.
I didn't do it to you, though. That was Jerry. I didn't do it to you.
Jerry's done, though. You don't even have to worry.
Jerry's not working with us anymore. He's not with us anymore.
I didn't say all that. All I said is he's done.
He said, I don't want to see him here on Monday. And sure enough, where's Jerry?
Is Jerry with us today?
I can't confirm nor deny if Jerry's with us today.
Does Jerry still work on this show?
This is not good. This is Key removing somebody from the show.
Every now and then, people like New are very smart. They don't stick their nose in other people's business, Jay.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
You start drinking kale smoothies. You turn around, you're holding a pig in the Caribbean Sea at some point. I don't know what happens.
Key, you're like the Black Mafia. I ain't messing with you. Ain't nobody messing with you.
They got to me, Max.
They got to you. Oh, they got their hands on you early. They got their hands on you early, decades ago.
I don't know what it was. I did something this weekend. What was it, Max? I did something this weekend, and I said they got me, Max.
Yeah,
it was
no.
I know what it was. I know what it was. I know what it was. It was a little dog in the.
That's right. Me and Vance went to lunch on Saturday. That's what it was, and we're watching the Suns. That's what it was. Watching the Suns
baby dog
game.
in the stroller.
Yeah,
what the hell?
It was the dog in the stroller.
I said, Key, the first thing I said is, I can't with the L.A. stuff. I can't.
I was like, what is that, an Audi, a Mercedes? What is that? What is that?
I've seen it a bunch. But, when you sitting out, me and my youngest son, so we just decided, hey, man, let's go just chill together. So we went out and enjoyed the great weather. It was the great breeze, the whole deal. So we sitting out on the patio eating. And all of a sudden, I could see the lady coming. My eyes go because it's a crowd of people, But then as she get closer, she got the buggy and there's a damn dog in there. That's all I could do. I broke up my phone and took a little snapshot of it. And it's like, oh, man. And this is why these dudes don't get off my back. People like that.
Like that. Exactly. Exactly.
So
a dog in a stroller.
Not a baby, not a little
That's like
kid.
a little dog car, man. That's for real. The dog had it. The whole thing.
Little
the window was half down, arm hanging out, the whole thing.
Shades on.
That lunch that I had lasted the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing.
It was the entire game.
From like 11 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
It was an 11:30 lunch from the beginning of the game to the end of the game.
So I had your voice ringing in my ears all weekend. Because Jay said, Key, when we're talking about Sacramento and Golden State, when Dre got ejected and then suspended for Game 3, my thought was, there goes the series, man. They need this Game 3 win at home so bad. It's must win for the Warriors. Jay said, not so fast. This is what Jay said last Wednesday, 7:09 a.m. Listen to this.
Can I tell you something? A lot of people are going to say Game 3 for Golden State is a must win, and that's wrong. Game 3 for Sacramento is a must win. You have to get this game without Draymond Green being on the court. I feel as if Sac loses this game without Draymond Green and they find a way to win for Golden State, and then Draymond Green comes back, I will favor Golden State in that series.
Yeah, I agree with Jay.
Yeah, I'm glad I said that. And the reason I did, Jay. No, can you explain what we were thinking?
Well, no Draymond Green in Game 3. And I give Draymond Green a lot of credit. I mean, Steph went off, but Dre's defensive abilities down the stretch, that block, the ability to switch. Like the last play of the game when Harrison Barnes comes up for a screen to get the ISO on Steph Curry for De'Aaron Fox, the clutch player of the year. You want the ball in De'Aaron Fox's hands. Draymond's ability, who's guarding De'Aaron Fox as a primary defender, to come back and double team De'Aaron Fox, to strip the ball, to cause a couple of seconds to come off the clock. Like, those are the little plays. And look, you live or die with Harrison Barnes getting a good look. Steph tries to contest, but that help scenario was what won them the game. It's little things like that by Draymond. He is a master of detail, Key. And you understand how important it is for him to be on the floor because of the little things that even his ability to come off the bench. Kevon Looney, you had 20 rebounds, 9 assists in Game 3. I'll easily come off the bench. Keep playing that way because we can't have 2 non-shooters on the floor. How do we stagger those minutes? You get better performances out of guys like, Kevon Looney, who play well, and then you get Jordan Poole, who plays well. But Draymond Green comes back to doing the little things, Key, to help you win these type of games. And now, they're 11-30 on the road, but you got to get 2 out of 3 on the road. There you go. Or find a way to get 2 out of 3 of the next 3.
Yeah, it puts the pressure back. Well, first of all, it's even again. And if you would have gone up 3-1, let's say you go up 3-1, you get that you give 1 to Golden State at home, but you get the 1 where Draymond was out. You get that when you go home, you feel a whole lot better. When you go home and you 2-2 when you were up 2-0, now everything is tight. You can't shoot a BB out. And
Hey,
then
Key,
when you
lean
got
to the mic a little bit, man. It's hard to hear.
Really?
Yeah, for me at least.
The mic is next to my mouth. What you want to? Come on now. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So you go home and you 2-2 when you could have possibly been 3-1. It makes things tighter. It makes things uneasy. Now you feel different about it. But Draymond Green came back and played the way he's supposed to. 12 points, 10 boards, 7 assists. But beside the box scores, it's defensive things that he did, the energy that he brings, being able to set the table, like Jay said, at the end of that game, forcing the ball out of Fox's hands and into Barnes' hands. That's key right there. Then you knock down threes and wide open threes. When everybody was saying, hey, he lost that shot, he's not the same guy that he was shooting the basketball several years ago. Well, yesterday he played pretty good offensively. He passed the ball well. He just did things the way you're supposed to do it. And I think because he was in a calm manner, Jay, from where he was the game that he got ejected or the games before, this is almost like the ejection and the suspension gave him a new life for the next several games for the Warriors, and they should be happy about that now.
Jay, I have a question. Is it fair to say, I think, obviously in terms of narratives and storytelling with this stuff, so Dre goes from, oh, my God, Draymond, just like in 16, you can't control yourself, and now you just cost your team defending the title, you're going to get knocked out in the first round. Does he go from that to what you mentioned on that defensive play at the end? Don't let the clutch player of the year, De'Aaron Fox, beat you. Force Harrison Barnes to beat you. Harrison Barnes gets a good look but misses the shot. Instead of down 3-1 on the road where they have hardly won this year, it's a 2-2 series. Is it fair to say that Draymond goes from, oh, my God, the reason they're going to not get out of the first round to the reason that they advance?
Yes.
Just like that.
It's the hate-love relationship. Right, because the momentum swings, and everybody played their asses off in Game 3. Right, Kevon Looney played to a different level, and then you get Dre back. Look, Draymond Green is a critical piece, and once again, we'll see how that narrative continues to build, Max, on whether he gets extended or not, and how Joe Lacob looks at the salary cap and going over that. But there are 2 things that I'm wondering about for the Sacramento Kings. Number 1, Mike Brown. Why are we calling a timeout during the last critical stretch? And I know you have a younger team, but it almost feels as if the game was in a fury, you much rather have the ball in De'Aaron Fox's hand with Golden State backpedaling, not having a chance to reset defensively to get that switch, right? Just let it be chaotic and let De'Aaron Fox, your young pup, figure it out, because he had 38 points in the game, right? Just make them play frantically, make them react to De'Aaron Fox.
He just hit such a clutch shot right before that, right? The game, like the second to last possession, you make a stop there, the game's basically over. And he hits the three to bring it to within a point. I mean, yeah, these are all good points. De'Aaron Fox. Meantime, Jay, something happened. Sometimes this has been the case throughout the whole dynasty. Sometimes the Warriors, and I get it's hard to separate out, they play loose a lot of the time, and that's the reason the offense flows. But sometimes it feels a little careless to me toward the end of games sometimes, right? Steph and them.
Well, also you got the inexperience of Sacramento in those games, right? Playoff games.
Steph Curry did something last night we have to get into coming up. He did something that is surprising for a player of his experience, and then also what we later learned surprising from Steve Kerr's point of view, to not make his team aware. Is it fair to say one of the greatest players of all time almost cost his team these entire playoffs? 888-SAY-ESPN, 729-377.